shad colors. But since I've been here... Oh, there it is. There he is.
Hey guys, David the Fishing Pastor here, and today I wanted to share this quick tip with you about adjusting your settings. So if you've watched my channel, you know that I love to share tips with you and just help you to become a better angler and just have more fun with fishing. And a lot of times, you know, you'll go through days or however long without catching fish, and sometimes you'll wonder like what is going on, especially in winter. It's cold outside, the conditions have changed, and it can be really hard. And so I wanted to share something with you that I thought was kind of cool from this last time I went out fishing, that helped me actually catch more fish. And if it's something that's working for me, I want to be able to share it with you, and hopefully it will help you out as well. So this kind of quick tip is something that is incredibly obvious, but sometimes we just need reminding about, and that's really just adjusting your settings, you know, adjusting your approach. You know, I'm the kind of person who sometimes I really get stuck in my ways, like this is the lure I'm going to throw, this is the rod I'm going to throw it on, this is the color I'm going to throw, all this stuff. And so I'll keep fishing it and keep fishing it, and then find that it wasn't effective, and just knowing that if I would have just tweaked something, if I would have just changed something, I probably would have caught more fish and just been more effective. So this last time that I went out fishing, you know, the conditions again have been cold, and the fishing's just been so hard, and it's just been awful. So went out, fished something that I thought was going to work. I started off just throwing a jerk bait. You know, a little bit slower presentation. It just wasn't working. I wasn't finding any fish, and so I pulled up to the first spot, went down to the bank, started fishing that jerkbait for a while, and just nothing. There was no movement. There was no life. Nothing was following the bait. Nothing. And so I was like, all right, well, you know, I fished it a few minutes. I'm gonna head over to the new spot. So I go up to my car to put my stuff away and head out, when I hear some splashing going on down at the water. So this lake, generally when you hear splashing, when you hear, you know, fish breaking the surface, generally in this lake it's a bass. There's some lakes where I know it's a carp or whatever, but this lake I know it's gonna be a bass. So grabbed another rod that had a lipless crankbait tied on, ran down to the bank, and just started throwing as quickly as possible because I wanted to get on this fish. I didn't want it to get away. There were a couple of issues though with that, and I knew that going in, but I just wanted to get out there. And sometimes I think we can become anxious and just want to get on the fish, and so we just start casting and hope for the best. And so I was throwing a red lipless crankbait on braided line, which is fine for certain conditions, but this was cold water. It was pretty clear, and the main forage is not crawfish or crayfish. I just, you know, I know this lake fairly well, and I know kind of what works and what doesn't. So I threw it for a while and nothing. I was just like, okay, so do I keep throwing this in the hopes that just this fish is going to go outside of its norm and bite it, or do I stop, take time, and adjust my approach, adjust my settings? Thought about it for a second and said, okay, I'm just, you know, I'm gonna retie. I'm gonna cut this off. I'm gonna tie on a leader. So I ended up tying on a fluorocarbon leader to make it a little bit more invisible because the water was fairly clear. And then I took another lipless crankbait. In fact, it was the same exact lipless crankbait, same size, same company, same everything. It's just the color was different. I changed it out for a shad pattern lipless crankbait, and I know that this lake is a shad lake. The main forage for these bass are shad, and so I changed it, and it was either the first or the second cast. I threw it out there, you know, and I'm retrieving my lure, and I'm hoping this fish is still here, but I know that now my chances have greatly increased, and so I'm bringing it back, and right before I get to the bank, boom, that fish is on. And he just, you know, he doesn't hit it real hard, but he kind of just takes it, and I feel the weight, and And unfortunately, he was actually really close to the bank, and so when he did, I kind of thought I was snagged for a second. Go figure. And I don't set the hook as well. I just don't reel into him as well, and so I got him for a second, and I kind of know he's not hooked as good, and so he's in the water, and you can see here he's kind of splashing around, and he's in the water, and he gets off. But I was totally okay with that. In all honesty, I was really happy, not that I lost the fish, but that I took the chance of taking my time, changing my approach, and adjusting my settings. And, you know, especially if you know your waters, even if you don't know the waters, throw something and then you can move, or if it's just not working, just change it out. Try something else. Don't be afraid to either go out of your comfort zone or just say, you know, if this isn't working, okay, let me look at my approach. Let me change what I'm doing, and maybe that'll help. And I can't tell you how many times that, you know, I've had to talk myself into, like I said, changing my approach and changing my settings and adjusting according to where I'm fishing. Now, if this were another lake where there's a lot of vegetation and the fish do eat crawfish, then I probably would have left on that red lipless crankbait with braided line, or I would have changed to a flipping setup or something like that. Depending on where you're fishing, you just want to feel it out. And again, if it's not working, try something else. But don't let it discourage you into just thinking, oh, well, I just don't catch fish, I'm not a good angler. Sometimes it's just, again, just about reading the conditions and knowing what to throw and where to throw it and things like that. And that comes with experience. That comes with a lot of learning, you know, with a lot of studying, finding, you know, again, different lakes and different conditions and laydowns and vegetation and soft bottoms and hard bottoms and all that stuff that you can look at it. And I hope you take the time to really develop your craft in fishing, but also have fun with it. And just, you know, again, this is about catching fish. And, you know, the cool thing was I kept fishing, and just a couple minutes later, this happened.
There's one. There's one. This is small. This is a smaller one. It may come off too. Let me see. There's another one. Nice.
And so I ended up landing that fish, and you know, got a couple more bites for the day. The day went on, but again, it was just a cool thing to have seen that and done that. And I thought, man, I need to make a video about this, because I know a lot of times you can get discouraged. You know, you can get frustrated because you're like, oh gosh, another slow day or whatever. You know, and it's about having fun with it, but it's also about finding those fish. It's about catching those fish. And sometimes, like I said, if you will just adjust your settings and change your approach, then things will go a whole lot better for you. So I hope this helps you. It's kind of an obvious kind of duh tip, but sometimes we just need to be reminded of it. You know, if you're stuck in your ways, if you're doing something that you're comfortable with, maybe stepping a little bit out of your comfort zone, maybe just taking a moment to think about it, and that may actually put you on more fish than you just trying to do what you know to do, or what you have that's convenient for you at the moment. So again, I hope this helps you. Hope you get on some more fish. I am ready for spring. I'm ready for some spring bass fishing, because this winter is killing me. But I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I pray that you guys are having a wonderful day or night, or whenever you're watching this, and that you go out and catch more fish. Remember, as always, to pray, fish, repeat. God bless. I'll see you in my next video.